Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. My name is Burning Earth Chris, and I'm gonna be your pilot tonight. In the last episode, Sakura was found dead in the rec room, so now we got to investigate her murder. So let's get right into it, shall we? First thing I'll do is I'll investigate the body. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she'd also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. State of Sakura's body added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. And for once I agree with Byakuya here. Byakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Let's see what else there is to investigate. There's a little pile of blood over there. There's a bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf bloodstain add to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Alright, what are these? There are shards of glass scattered all around this chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? Ooh, interesting. So this must have originally been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor add to the truth bullet section of the handbook. There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. Looks like a chess piece. Is that a rook? I'm not savvy with chess, so please correct me if I'm wrong. It's a Monokuma figure. Figure on the floor add to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Now what's this? Some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
That's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah. I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found Genocide attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box fit in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Alright, is there anything else I should look at? Ooh, the locker's open. Let's see this. And there on the inside, it's a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and got the handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locker room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Yeah, there was no one else but Sakura inside here. There's no way someone could have been in that locker. Oh, yeah. And the locker was already open at that point. Okay, that missed my eyes.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah. So then, what does this handprint mean? Locker handprint add to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Alright, let's look at these bottles. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And they all have that figure on them, too. Interesting. Yeah, they're all chess pieces. What I'm wondering is, how do they get those figures inside the bottles?
So,
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Oh, okay. I know what ship in a bottle is, at least. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You'd never seen that? Oh, yeah. Maybe I have.
in other words,
So this is the Monokuma version of that. Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of some things little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Alright, is there anything else I can investigate on Sakura? No. Alright, let's talk with the others.
what the heck?
We already know who did it.
I won't forgive you.
Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. Oh, that's significant. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me... She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right about then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Hina's account added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. But the fact that she had asked those 3 to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the 3 of them directly. Yeah, I agree. Let's talk with Kyoko first, though.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed... Yeah, she's not the kind of person who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
They would have needed to if they expected to stand a chance against her. That sounds about right. Okay, that's the... Wait, what's this? I was gonna say that looked like the glass from the window we shattered, but what's this? There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be part of the window I broke to get inside. So what's the can doing on top of them all?
correct.
Yeah, they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. But alright, empty protein drink add to the truth ball section of the handbook. Alright, let's talk with Byakuya.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says you didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I had no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay. Thanks. Asshole. Byakuya's account added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Alright, is there anything else I can investigate here? Oh, yeah, let's look at the magazine stand real quick. That same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Okay, nothing new there. Oh, the chair. Okay, let's take a look at that. The chair was shut up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Okay. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shut up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Okay, that is an interesting tidbit there. Rec room door added to the truth bullet section of the handbook.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I decided you'll go in my place. She's decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with two other people. I need to hear what they had to say. Alright, let's go. Those other two probably went back to their rooms. Alright. Who do I talk to first? Let's talk with Toko. I press the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
Who's there?
The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she'd asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess it's now totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared. So, I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but... can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I had no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Toko's account added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Alright, let's see where Hiro's room is. I press the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check with something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How did you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, well... When she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She,
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong!
No way, I totally didn't! Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me!
I haven't seen her since then. Well, while I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on!
Sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big, goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? What is that? What are you doing with that? Huh?
What?
Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Alright, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What's next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? I think I'll start at the chem lab first. Let's see. Alright, here's the chem lab. What's Byakuya doing in here?
What?
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. So what's this? What's the story with... Alright. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is that where all the powder came from? Folks, that looks like it says C4 on it. Okay, yeah, I thought so. It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out and at this point, this room wasn't like this. And this powder must have been spilled.
So in other words...
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is what had happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. There's footprints here too. These are footprints? And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me?
I see.
So when you look at it like this... Interesting. It would appear that whoever got these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints are a really valuable clue. Alright. And did I investigate this? Broken bottle in front of the shelf, is this where all the powder came from? Yeah, okay.
So in...
What else is there to investigate? Let's see. What's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and the number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving in Unit Section A. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Shouldn't that be in C shelf? Did someone have put this here on accident? So on this shelf is a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kinda harsh?
What?
You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving Unit Section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. Alright. On this shelf is... Sorry, folks. One look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving Unit Section C. I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A is dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Chem Lab shelf add to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Is there anything else to investigate? Powder itself, I guess. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. And it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints of the powder add to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Alright. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look at the rec room. Alright, let's go then. Want to get away from Mr. Ignorant here anyway. Oh, okay, it's on the 3rd floor.
Hey,
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So, along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do want to look them over one more time. Alright, I'll start with Sakura's body. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you...
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. Are you like a mortician or something? What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look here. Oh, powder! Her shoes.
correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder added to the truth bullet section of the handbook.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem...
She didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary adds to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Okay. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. Well, I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Alright. Kyoko said the magazine show was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue... Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. What the fuck? What's her name doing on that? This is... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
Then... She's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, Hina, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Magazine dying message added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Alright, now what about the bottles? I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new.
hey,
Did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation. The chess pieces. God damn it, Makoto. Alright. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind giving and guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Fair enough. Only to a degree? Monokuma model updated in the truth bullet section of the handbook.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with a crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but... What choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're gonna use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected, and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done. Okay.
listen,
First, let's compare the weight of two of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced, okay.
in other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight of them.
so then,
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier. How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The result of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together,
hey,
and I believe that you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Truth bullet section of our handbook updated. Okay, Interesting. I guess the investigation's over already.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time? But the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I had to make something happen. And with that, folks, we're going to end the episode right here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. If you like this video, consider supporting us on Patreon, Ko-fi, Streamlabs, or by shopping in our Redbubble store. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on Facebook and other social media for more exciting updates. Thanks for watching.